evening. I know a lot of parents are going to bed here in a little bit, and they're going to be wondering whether their kids are going to school heading into tomorrow or not. We're going to cover our latest updates with this winter weather coming to Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley heading into tomorrow. We're going to send out our mobile alert real quick, and we'll get right into all the updates. Quite a few updates in the past couple of hours since our live stream, mainly coming out of Tulsa with our National Weather Service office giving us updates on those winter weather advisories. All right, mobile alerts should be going out pretty soon, and just so we know we're live, we're good, and we'll be able to answer some of those questions if you're on Facebook and you want to comment some of those questions heading into tomorrow. All right, so our latest updates heading into tomorrow. Again, we have that initial system coming in overnight tonight, carrying into tomorrow morning. Now, when we last talked, our winter weather advisory for Northwest Arkansas was from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. That has now changed. We're going to be seeing this winter weather advisory for Northwest Arkansas currently right now all the way out until 6 p.m. heading into tomorrow evening. Nothing has changed for the River Valley. You still have that winter weather advisory currently going on right now, and it's going to last until we get until Wednesday morning. So from now until Wednesday morning, River Valley, you're going to be under a winter weather advisory. Heading into tomorrow, though, the main focus is going to be Northwest Arkansas because we're trending colder, below freezing right now for Northwest Arkansas heading into tomorrow morning, into the afternoon. The River Valley, we're still seeing those temperatures above the freezing point, so mainly going to see some of that rain. Maybe as temperatures get a little bit colder, you'll eventually start to see that wintry mix heading into tomorrow. Over the next several days, though, all the way out until Wednesday, the River Valley is going to see quite a bit amount of this wintry mix and ice potential. We're going to focus right now, though, on what's coming for tomorrow morning. Again, we wanted to hop on here before all those parents going to bed, wondering what's it going to be like tomorrow as those kiddos are off to school, or if those schools will make their independent decisions whether to go ahead and cancel school tomorrow. So again, that winter weather advisory for Northwest Arkansas extended till 6 p.m. tomorrow, and here's why. Initially, we just had some of that wintry mix and ice coming for tomorrow morning, and then we knew something was coming around lunchtime tomorrow, but our models are suggesting that maybe that lunchtime ice and wintry mix heading into the afternoon tomorrow might be a little bit colder, and we could see some more of that wintry mix and ice potential. So here's a look at overnight tonight. First, again, we're already past 6 o'clock here. Anywhere from now until tomorrow morning around 3 p.m., you could start seeing some of that wintry mix and freezing rain across Northwest Arkansas. Those temperatures are dropping into the mid-20s overnight tonight. You see those temperatures staying above the freezing point across most of the River Valley, Poteau, Waldron, Sallisaw. You're starting to see temperatures overnight tonight dipping in close to the freezing point, so you may be seeing some of that wintry mix, but most of the River Valley still staying above the freezing point. So expect some rain tomorrow, but be aware if temperatures start to dip below freezing, maybe transitioning quickly over to that wintry mix, maybe even some of that freezing rain. Back to Northwest Arkansas, you see several hours here expected overnight tonight, potentially going to see some of that wintry mix and that ice accumulation. Now, this is very spotty overnight tonight, only places of higher elevation. Some places going to see some of that patchy ice on the roads heading into tomorrow morning. That's going to go all the way out until anywhere from 4 to 5 o'clock. You see it gets patchier and patchier, starts to dissipate, and that's really around the end of when we're going to see the end of the first round of that wintry mix. The second round, though, coming later on into the day, heading into tomorrow, is trending to be much larger at this point. Monday, we get a little bit of break anywhere from 7 o'clock to around 10 o'clock. And here we go, around 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. This model is projecting that we're going to see a higher amount of ice accumulation heading into tomorrow. This is our HRRR latest run that we have. We'll show you a couple different other models of what they're showing right now, but since a couple hours ago, this has trended upwards, to say the least. Models are going to jump back and forth, especially when we get into this messy ice situation. It's so hard to tell because it's all based on temperatures and the amount of moisture in the air. So this is why up-to-date runs are so important as we get closer to this event, because things could change from hour to hour. Right now, it's just trending upwards that we're going to see a greater chance for some ice potential heading into tomorrow morning across northwest Arkansas. So this is going to start anywhere from around 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and carry all the way through the evening hours. You see all that pink, that dark pink is going to be our wintry mix and ice potential. River Valley, you're still seeing some of that green because temperatures just are not cold enough. That green, obviously, our rain, but temperatures cooler across eastern Oklahoma, so maybe you're seeing some of that wintry mix. And then as we get into the afternoon, that's when we really start to see the potential for some of that widespread freezing rain, wintry mix, because temperatures now for both northwest Arkansas and the River Valley finally reaching closer to that freezing point. You see, as we get into the afternoon for tomorrow, temperatures across the River Valley just a degree or two shy of the freezing point. So you'll start to see that transition from that really cold rain to that wintry mix and potential freezing rain. At this point in the day, heading into tomorrow, with temperatures being in the mid-20s across northwest Arkansas, we're probably going to be seeing several hours of this potential wintry mix and freezing rain heading into tomorrow. This is going to carry throughout most of the evening hours. Finally, around 8 p.m., we're starting to see round one come to an end. Now, this is just one model that we're showing that's being a little aggressive heading into tomorrow. Let's go ahead and show you another model real quick. This is showing this is earlier on in the day. Overnight tonight, you can see how that model's a little more conservative, still showing up that we're going to see some of that wintry mix, but still around the same time heading into tomorrow, around early lunchtime, anywhere from 10 to 11 o'clock, they're also picking up that we're going to see some of that wintry mix heading into tomorrow as well. So that's good that multiple models are agreeing that around lunchtime, midday tomorrow, we're going to see some type of wintry mix. It just depends on how much moisture we're going to see and how cold it's going to get. So here's that lunchtime tomorrow, that midday rain, wintry mix heading into tomorrow. Timing around the same too, all the way out until the evening hours, 6, 7, maybe 8 o'clock, starting to see that move further out towards the east. But again, with this latest update that we've seen, that's why the National Weather Service went ahead and extended it from no longer 7 a.m. tomorrow morning for northwest Arkansas, but all the way out until 6 p.m. for tomorrow evening. Nothing's changed for the River Valley, like we mentioned at the beginning, for those who are just now turning in. Initially, right off the bat, National Weather Service out in Tulsa issued the winter weather advisory from tonight all the way out until Wednesday. River Valley, you're going to see some type of wintry mix throughout the next several days. If we let this run through, this is only showing you through tomorrow. Heading into Tuesday, there's our next round of some wintry mix precipitation, wintry mix and that freezing rain. And now this time, River Valley is going to see it first versus northwest Arkansas are going to see it first. And this is going to start on Tuesday morning. So again, another morning where we're going to be affected by the potential for some freezing rain. This is going to last all the way out until, afternoon on Tuesday, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., still seeing some of that across the River Valley. Northwest Arkansas not seeing as much as that wintry mix. That's why that winter weather advisory continues all the way through Wednesday morning. And then you see on Wednesday morning, we have more of that wintry mix coming out of Texas and Oklahoma and moving into the River Valley. We're going to take a quick break here for all of those tuning in on Facebook right now and try to get to as many questions as we can. Again, I know a lot of parents are going to bed tonight, patiently waiting to maybe hear a phone call. Probably not until tomorrow morning, so those schools can get a chance to assess what's out on the roads and see if they can give the go-ahead for school tomorrow, or they're going to go ahead and do an alternative plan. Got a lot of comments to get to. A lot of people just checking in from where they're from. Do those advisories include southeastern Oklahoma? Yes, they do. Madison County for tomorrow, you're going to see a lot of that potential for some of that wintry mix, especially in the places with higher elevation. The two models we looked at right here, both showing some ice accumulation heading into tomorrow or that wintry mix. Let's see here. Winter just keeps on coming back. You're exactly right. Just a week and a half ago, we had that snow. Completely different system. Do not go into this event thinking you've already been prepared for winter from last week. Obviously, last week we had some winter weather, but it was much different. We had that large snow event where we saw several inches of snow across the ground. This time, we might not even see a snowflake. We could just be seeing cold rain, and then that rain turning into that wintry mix, and then that freezing rain. Snow further up towards the north is what they're going to see. Like, this is more of an ice event coming for northwest Arkansas and the river valley, especially over the long term, where we're going to see it all the way out until Wednesday morning. A lot of people checking in, where they're tuning in from. That's great. Power outages. Yes, we mentioned that in previous live streams. It's hard to tell where people are going to see power outages with older poles, older lines, different types of companies working with different types of wherever you get your power from. Ozark, obviously one of them. There's several other different power companies. Just be prepared for the possibility. You've all been through winter events. You've all been through ice events. You know what it's like. This is going to be the potential for another one of those systems where if we do get some heavy ice, could start to accumulate on those lines. Lines get heavy. That's when lines start to snap. So again, heading into the next 3 to 4 days when we're seeing several rounds of this ice accumulation, just be prepared in case you're one of those isolated spots that sees a little bit more of that ice accumulation, to see some of those power lines start to go. That's definitely in the forecast for the next couple of days as a potential. We obviously cannot guarantee whether if we're going to see a mass loss of power across both northwest Arkansas, the river valley, or maybe we just see a few places. Just be prepared over the next couple of days. A lot of questions again about those schools for tomorrow morning. So we've been just making, again, schools, they're going to make their own independent decisions on what to do for tomorrow morning, whether it's a late start, AMI day, no school, going to school, whatever it may be. Right now, it looks like, based off the models, that our morning precipitation is going to be less than our afternoon precipitation. But because of the timing of that afternoon precipitation, where we're going to see that potential for wintry mix and freezing rain anywhere from 11 to 6 p.m., in between that is the time for school to end and kids come home. That could affect their decision making heading into tomorrow morning. Or a lot of, obviously, parents coming home around 5 p.m. still could see some of those roads starting to freeze over if temperatures are cold enough. You just got to be weather aware and on the lookout for tomorrow for the potential if that freezing rain really starts to accumulate on the roads. If that starts to happen, that's when we could start to see some accidents on the roads tomorrow. If we trend warmer heading into tomorrow, maybe we don't see it stick, but we still do get that wintry mix and that ice accumulation possible on other isolated areas, places of higher elevation heading into tomorrow. It all depends on our temperatures and how much moisture we're going to see heading into tomorrow. And Zach Scott's going to be with you in the morning to make sure you get caught up on the latest updates, whether it comes from Tulsa, whether it comes from schools, whether it comes from wherever you may be as you head out the door for tomorrow morning. All right, let's go ahead and take another look at radar of where the system is right now. Again, you're not really going to see much, mostly that rain further off towards the south. You are starting to see, if you look closely, radar is starting to pick up some of that wintry mix. Nothing at all right now, more closer towards 10, 11 p.m. tonight. That's when you'll really start to, if you're still awake, start to notice some of that wintry mix outside carrying into the early morning hours for tomorrow. We're talking about 3, 4 a.m. I know some of you are awake at that time, but most people are not, definitely not those school kids going out for school tomorrow. That's still before. That's the time probably where schools are going to be making their decision. Do we go or do we not go early tomorrow morning? Rain further off towards the southeast. Now, embedded in this layer of cloud coverage across River Valley and northwest Arkansas, you step outside right now, maybe you look up towards a street lamp and you'll see that mist kind of going by. It's not really that freezing stuff just yet. It's just kind of spitting outside right now, but it's very cold. Temperatures right now, let's take a look what we're at right now. Definitely below freezing across northwest Arkansas. That wind coming down from the north is cooling off temperatures tonight. 24 in Bentonville, 30 in Fayetteville, 25 in Rogers. And we bounce to the River Valley. Temperatures in some places still above that freezing point, so maybe still seeing that mist. But this is why you're not going to see necessarily that freezing rain until later on in the day heading into tomorrow. Clarksville still seeing 41 degrees this late in the evening, 36 Waldron, 32 at the freezing point in Poto, 33 in Fort Smith. Temperature is going to be warming up just a bit heading into tomorrow because that precipitation is trending more towards northwest Arkansas first and then coming into the River Valley. First as some rainfall. As temperatures cool down, maybe we start to see that wintry mix and freezing rain. All right, we got to a lot of those questions, so we'll go ahead and move on to the rest of the week, give you an outlook on what to expect there. Again, multiple systems is the case for this week. We'll wrap this up with outlook for overnight tonight heading into tomorrow morning in a little bit. For right now, this is what Monday at lunchtime is going to look like. Tuesday, that's when we start to get that system coming up from the south again. That moisture is coming up, and with temperatures starting to cool down, that's why we're starting to see some of that freezing rain now affecting the River Valley first. That's going to be for Tuesday morning into Tuesday midday and then into Tuesday afternoon, anywhere from 9 a.m. to around 3, 4, 5 p.m. And then that system starts to move off towards the east again. Another system is coming out for Wednesday up from the south, similar to what we're going to see on Tuesday, maybe just isolated to the River Valley of what they're going to see for that wintry mix and ice potential. Again, we're still several days out from Wednesday, so we need a little bit more time to get the timing down on that system and what we're going to see, whether it's wintry mix, freezing rain, or maybe just that rainfall if models start to trend just a little bit warmer. Let's take another look at this real quick. Give you an idea, give you some numbers to look at. So throughout the rest of the week, you're going to see some of that wintry mix, some of that freezing rain. Again, we're caught right in the middle where we're going to see warmer temperatures further down towards the south. And since we're a little bit further up towards the north, we're going to see that cooler air. And that's when we start to see some of that freezing rain and wintry mix. Temperatures over the next several days going to be right around the freezing point. You see northwest Arkansas heading into tomorrow, not even reaching above the freezing point. Across the River Valley, temperatures a little bit warmer. That's why it might be harder to transition from that rain into that wintry mix. But over the next several days, Tuesday especially, temperatures, since they're right at the freezing point, that's when we're going to see a mix is very likely, most likely that wintry mix, most likely eventually going to see that freezing rain as well as temperatures warm up later on into the week. That's when we start to lose the chances for some serious wintry mix or serious ice accumulation, more of just that cold rain or just some of that light wintry mix all the way out until Wednesday morning. That's when that winter weather advisory ends for the River Valley. We'll see what they decide to do for Tulsa, for northwest Arkansas later on into the week. Right now, they're just focused on the system tonight. That advisory now extended from currently right now until 6 p.m. heading into tomorrow morning. All right, let's get one more look at what you're expecting for tonight. We'll show our first model that's a little bit more aggressive heading into tonight. Obviously, let's see, 8:30. So that's what Futurecast looks like right now. You're seeing some of that spitting outside, cold air outside. If you look up towards those street lamps, you'll see that rain kind of spitting down. 10 p.m. tonight, 10:30, heading into 11 p.m. That's when Northwest Arkansas is going to start to see some of that ice accumulation. Too warm in the river valley just yet. Going to start to saw off with some of that light rain. And then we're going to start to see throughout the early morning hours tomorrow all the way out until around 5 a.m.-ish is when that first round is going to start to conclude. It might be enough to get a glaze on the roads for tomorrow, causing some issues for the early morning travelers. As we get a little bit of a break, then just a short few hours later, here comes our next system that's trending a little bit more aggressive now. That's why we're updating you, and that's why the National Weather Service went ahead and extended that winter weather advisory. Going to see temperatures well below freezing across Northwest Arkansas. All that pink that you see on the screen there is that potential for ice and wintry mix. That could cause some issues on the roads heading into tomorrow. As we get later on into the afternoon, temperatures start to cool across the river valley. Then they're going to join in on that wintry mix and ice heading into tomorrow. But throughout the next several days, like we talked about, river valley is going to see a greater chance for that wintry mix and that ice. Right now, we're just going to be focusing on the fact that tomorrow morning, travel-wise, mainly going to be an issue for Northwest Arkansas. Tomorrow midday heading into tomorrow afternoon, that's when everybody's going to start to join in on that wintry mix and ice potential. This goes all the way out until around right around 7 p.m.-ish. The advisory ends at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. We'll see if they extend that for Northwest Arkansas, but River Valley, you don't have to worry about that because your winter weather advisory goes all the way out until Wednesday morning. Again, taking a look at the advisory one more time. Our National Weather Service station in Little Rock has yet to make a decision yet on what they're going to do. That's why portions of the River Valley are still left without a winter weather advisory. When they make a decision, that's when we'll see those counties start to populate in purple there, and that's when we'll be able to update you on when the timing for that winter weather advisory is going to be. Right now, they're just going to wait until we get an update on what we're going to see for tomorrow evening across the River Valley, midday system coming through. All this information that you see right on your screen right now of that winter weather advisory is all coming from our Tulsa station. Looking at questions one more time. I want to make sure we get to a lot of them before people start heading to bed. A lot of questions. If it's just a basic question, how much ice are we going to see, and is it going to be okay to drive heading into tomorrow morning? Ice accumulation totals are varying a lot right now because we're seeing multiple systems over the next several days. It's hard to estimate of what our final total number is going to be since we have 4 systems all the way out until Wednesday. As we get maybe into Tuesday evening, we'll have a better understanding of what maybe our final accumulation totals are going to be. Is it okay to drive heading into tomorrow? Again, the system heading into tomorrow morning is definitely lighter than what it's going to be. But whatever you're traveling to, let's say if it's work, for example, you get off around 5 p.m. or whatever it may be. If you're leaving towards the afternoon, that's when that second system is already going to be arriving. And we're going to see more of that freezing rain and wintry mix for both Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. So you got to be on the lookout for that second system tomorrow. Again, those schools are going to make their independent decisions, maybe even tonight or heading into tomorrow morning, whether it's a go or no go for school tomorrow. We're going to try to keep you updated as best we can. We have a show coming up in about an hour and 20 minutes at 10 p.m., maybe a little bit later, depending on how the Chiefs-Bengals game goes right now. Zach Scott will get you going in the morning, and we'll keep you updated throughout the rest of the week with this wintry storm coming through. Again, ice potential heading into tomorrow morning and to tomorrow afternoon. We'll keep you updated as best we can throughout the rest of the week. Stay safe and stay weather aware.